Okay, which brings us
Senior stories.
Senior Stories Volume 9.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to say this without looking like I'm crying. Maybe I'll just give up on that. Man, like in 5 weeks, we got 100 authors, 115,000 words, 3 English language narrators, 11 community language narrators to finish an audiobook.
Yeah.
And the logistics were a little bit tricky. They always are. And just managing all those different components. But we worked this year so beautifully with the Department of Communities and Justice, who are the publishers of this book. It's Volume 9. We've been involved in Volumes 7 and 8. And this year, for the first time, the audiobook is ready. I think it's ready at exactly the same time as the print book going to print. So how interesting is that? This is what I was wanting to kind of emphasize when people are looking at choosing how they're going to get their manuscript out there and thinking possibly that audiobook production will be slow. It isn't. It can be a rich experience like you can have with Audiobooks Radio, where you get to be almost the director, but with making it totally easy for you, immersed. We can audition, we can have all the back-end systems ready to rock and roll, and within 5 weeks you can have an audiobook production that you're proud of, and we're sending that baby out into the world.
Yeah, and it's not like these were simple stories. Like what languages were there this year?
There was quite a lot. We had Tagalog again. We had Sinhalese, which was a little bit tricky to find.
Yeah.
We had the Mandarin and we had the Cantonese. We had Italian. We didn't have French this year. So really, with the competition, what happens is that it's a New South Wales competition and it's senior stories. So it's really about the stories of our elders in our community, and there's usually a theme. This year the theme was about what I have learned as I age.
Which is great, because I'm about to ask you, what did you learn from this time with Volume 9 compared to previously?
I think what I realised was that the systems that we've put in place really work well. I think we actually engaged with every author. Wow. So we sent a form out asking for description of their story, and we got a 95% return rate.
Incredible.
And that happened within a week and a half.
Yeah.
And the authors were just beautifully responsive. What I also learned was that we had earned a lot of trust from Department of Community and Justice. Yeah. So they gave us a lot of freedom to go ahead, and also to contribute to small decision making about how we handle the book. This year we had a new project manager who was part of the department, Richard Balderini, and she was wonderful to deal with. So we've got that done very well. What I have learned also is that we have in our community just the most amazing performers in almost every language. We can do overseas books if that's what's required, and we've got the logistics as well. Which brings us to, we've got a new staff member who is working for us called Elaine Garley.
Oh, great!
So we're always looking to, be able to free up Kristen and I. Kristen, I forgot to mention her with Karen Graham's books and Will Roach's books. Kristen virtually project managed those on her own.
Oh, she's so good.
She's so astonishing. Yeah. She's got, I think between you, me and her, we're the only ones who actually know how everything operates. And it's very hard to actually, because everything is evolving so quickly, hard to explain it to somebody else. We knew we needed help, and we knew we needed to either get another project manager or to, get assistance. And Elaine sort of stepped in, and her she's a writer herself. Yeah. She's published a book, and she's a marketing person, but she's also really amazing at logistics. So in that 115 stories, for instance, she was able to have a whole table of who is who in the zoo, you know, like who's narrating what, which story belongs to which narrator, being able to get them through their first draft forms, their second draft forms. She did all the little pickups of titles and things. Amazing. So we've got good systems. We've got good systems and good people, good people, and
good authors and good stories.
It's all a good story. Like I'm just really proud of the kind of books that we're getting being attracted into our world. And of course, I will just put on the tag end a book that we haven't finished yet, that is also being self-narrated, and that's Keegan Luita. I hope I got your name right, Keegan. He's a wonderful person. He is a consultant, encouraging team and leadership skills in organisations. Wonderful person to deal with. He's written a book called Teamership. And Teamership, which is actually a word.
Gonna write that.
And we gave him a little bit of assistance looking at the book and how to deal with it. And he went into the Powerhouse Museum, and with, you know, Marty at the helm, he got it done in one sitting. Now, it's not a long book. It's 25,000 words.
That's pretty impressive, though.
He was really good, but he's a natural speaker. Like, he speaks a lot at events, so he's got a very nicely trained voice. So it's now at the stage where the whole first draft of the book has been narrated, and he's now listening to each file to do what we call pickups. So if there's a mistake that's been made, then we sort of like can go in and insert and correct. So that's the stage it's at. But as soon as that's ready, we'll let you know a lot more.
Brilliant.